Hi, I'm Rajee Aerie, and I'm a model and actress, and I am so glad to be here. Once I learned that Aerie in 2014 was getting rid of photoshopping and they were celebrating the real you, and I was like, I have to be part of this brand, and because it was so different than what other brands were doing, and so I wanted to be a part of it for really pretty much since the inception of the brand. And so when I was chosen to be part of this new campaign, I was really excited because it was finally an opportunity to be a part of a huge brand campaign that was inclusive and finally was allowing people with disabilities. And I wasn't the only one that had a physical disability in the campaign. So that was really wonderful that they were, they had selected so many different women from all walks of life, all different stories, all different experiences. I think Hollywood needs to get out of this cast. I don't know who, I mean, there's so many people involved in, how all that works, but the people that are in the selection process of, okay, who do we put for this role? I think, people with disabilities, we are best friends, we're girlfriends, we're, boyfriends, we're young moms, we're doctors, we're everything. So it's like, cast people with disabilities in roles that you would cast anybody else. And so I'm hoping that that just becomes the complete norm for, you just watch a TV show or a movie or whatever, and there's somebody with a doctor with a disability. It should be totally normal. If you can portray that, and you can portray it so well that people wouldn't believe that you didn't have a disability, then yes, you should get that part. But I think that, you have to also allow somebody with a disability to audition for that same role, because that person has lived it, has gone through it, and, has obviously more experience being in that situation than somebody that doesn't have a disability. For me personally, I never saw anybody else with a disability, or let alone a South Asian person, in advertising or media or TV film. So I didn't really think it was an actual career, I guess. And I still am realizing that I can do this, and I have the full capability of doing this. And it's not for the faint of heart. It does take tough skin, but most importantly, you have to have the personality and you have to have the confidence. If you don't, if you're shy when you're taking pictures, I would not suggest this to be a career for you. I think that it's very important to have that representation of people with disabilities in the fashion world. And I mean, it was awesome for me personally to see myself in a billboard in Times Square for the Aerie campaign. And that was just a really surreal moment. And I think that fashion has a long ways to go, but it's improving. So hopefully it just continues to improve. And more people with disabilities will be on billboards for fashion. There's a certain, in the past, I feel like there's always been this stereotypical model look, right? And I think that luckily society is pulling away from that and realizing, oh, there are other types of beauty out there, and they're embracing that because there's people from all walks of life. And so being that I am South Asian, it's been really great to see, a lot more people that are South Asian, and then, also having a disability, it's great for, to see that representation as well. So, do I think I'm beautiful? I mean, yes, you have to think you're beautiful if you're in front of the camera, and it might sound really conceited, but you have to have that confidence because, yeah, I mean, everyone has their own definition of beauty, and I think beauty does come from within, but it also is reflected on the outside as well, because if you feel beautiful inside, it definitely shows on the outside.